Is er iemand gekomen? Ja. Spoiler. Ik ben boos.
Een schoolbusje opgelost. Waarbij dat je een heel grote exception kreeg. Alleen maar als je s'avonds die nog niet op de lijn zaten, sleept het samen met s'avonds die wel al op de lijn zaten. Maar in dat geval had er iets heel groots gedaan bij exceptions in de normale control flow. Dat ging als je die rijen apart sleept, maar niet als je ze samen sleept.
Ik ben het gekomen.
Dat weet dat altijd hoor.
Heb ik al een animatie gemaakt?
Wat hè?
Heb ik al een animatie gemaakt?
Nee. Vandaar de testslide.
Het zijn van die PowerPoint-animatietjes iedere keer dat je van slide verwisselt.
Spoiler.
Ja.
Enkel indruk, stil spel. Ik zit hierin.
Je hebt er niet elke overgang die er is erin gestopt.
Ja, maar al
Naast mij is dat heel graag als ik kwijt kwam, is zo aanhalen.
Mijn onkel doet dat dus ieder jaar maakt hij een video van zijn vakantie. Dus een keer dezelfde foto van een waterval en tussen die foto's met alle mogelijke.
Ook bij zo'n groep filmpjes op de pagina.
Dus ja, eigenlijk.
Dat is een kans van dat is de kans van Microsoft.
Onkel heeft veel werking. Dus er is een nieuw programma.
Het was zo, ja, het was gewoon de beste foto's eruit gekomen. Maar het was zo, misschien dat het tegen me eigenlijk dat was en zat ze echt van de hoefje niks met de foto's van alle mogelijke. En dan nog een keer 20 van handen. Dat is nog zo verlegd en alles vast.
Het is niet moeilijk om mee te doen dan uw DNA zit in het huis.
Dat ben ik nooit ook gegeven over
Wat? Ja. Het is totaal iets anders. Bij mij is het logistiek. Oei, ik moest wel lachen. Niemand lacht en niemand snapt. Dat mag niet.
Ja, als je dat niet verwacht op.
Maar zijn ze onverwacht? Dus dat wordt
Ik wist het wel, ik
Maar dus als mensen op de foto's doen, is dat wel een selectie. Want
als vakantie is weer, als we zo een klein veel bestuurde foto's gemaakt. Iedereen moet dat voor vakantie. Dat is gewoon op zijn we hebben geen foto's.
We zijn twee slechte kwaliteit.
Is Switzerland there, actually?
Ja, dat is voor ons gedaan.
Hello, Switzerland? Yeah, okay. So everyone is here. Okay, welcome to the Genux about the Fantasy League application I worked on. So it's a Fantasy League application for the World Cup 2018. Okay, this sets the tone a little bit. Also, whoever is a fan of Brazil, a big fan, he will be disappointed because every slide includes a crying Brazilian from the previous World Cup. Okay. So why did I do this? First of all, it's a personal challenge. Also, it's good to stay up to date then with the technologies you've used before or plan to use. For this, I only use stuff I knew It's probably better if you like try out new stuff, but yeah, time limitations and all that. Also, there's one friend who thinks he can do this in WordPress, so I just tried to prove him wrong.
Is that person working for Gino?
No, no. And we used to do this in Excel sheets. So just like Slims, this one tries to be a replacement for Excel. Another angry Brazilian fan. So what is it? It's sports betting, but without money. You can put money on it individually if you talk to your league users or league participants. You can make your own league. You can join any league. So yeah, you can participate in multiple leagues with friends and then maybe with Gino. This is sad, yes, I know. It's very sad. So when does it start? It starts the 14th of June, and I want to get it finished 10 days before to give everyone enough time to fill in their predictions and stuff like that. On Monday, yes. So yeah, hopefully that will work. Yeah. So some statistics. Code is publicly online on my GitHub account. The project is 80 days old, 26 active days. I think those are just days where you make a commit. It's 11,000 lines of code and 63 commits in total. So yeah, maybe a bit too much for a hobby project, but yeah, whatever. And then now you will see an amazing save by our national Belgian keeper, Courtois.
No,
it was only half an hour, this one. And this, yeah. So some of the technologies, I use Spring Boot, where you can also then use Spring Initializer, which is very easy to initialize your projects. So there I chose for Spring Data, Security, and Web, also with Vaadin. And then something extra for Vaadin Push. I will show you why in the demo. And RxJava, for those that don't know, it's yeah, reactive library for Java. It's also cool. And now the demo. So for those who forgot, it was 7-1 Brazil against Germany. Yeah. Okay. So there's a login page. You can register a user. So let's say we want Martin.
Not Martin.nl. Not Martin.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's the, yeah, okay, I know what it was. Yeah. Let's see if we have a nice picture for Martin. Maybe the football, because Martin really loves football. Yeah. He's passionate about it. Okay, I turned off that you have to activate your account because I think that's very annoying. So Martin logs in for the first time. Martin can also create a league if he wants to play with, together with his friends or family. So the template only has FIFA in it. My plan was to like make more of a generic fantasy league application, but yeah, just decided to go full on for the World Cup. So Martin now has a league. He can change this banner. Everyone can change this banner if he's in the league. So that makes it a little bit of a fun game, I guess. So I think we have two choices, and we should go for the Agilent banner. Or I also have a genome banner somewhere here. Yeah, here. Okay, let's keep it genome for now. So maybe it's good to go first to the frequently asked questions. So in general, you play by investing in teams. You can purchase stocks from teams. This has to be done before group stage starts, and as soon as the first match starts, these are locked. You need to fill in predictions for every game, and then you have an overview section where you can see everyone's statistics per game or in general, so who's leading in the league. You fill in predictions also for the group stage before the first game in the group stage. So every game in the group stage you need to fill in before the group stage starts. Knockout stage is different. You can fill it in before the match starts. Knockout stage is 8, quarter, semi, and finals. Points are calculated by a set amount depending on the phase you see here. So correct result and score means you predicted 2-1 and the game was 2-1. So you predicted the correct winner and you had the correct score. Correct result means that you predict, for example, 3-1 and it was 2-1. Yeah, so you still have a correct winner, but not a correct score. And this score is multiplied by some by the amount of stocks you purchased for your team. For the winning team, or in case the score was equal, it's the average of the two. League progression is done by the admin, so group phase is all filled in automatically. The admin then has to fill in all the scores manually at the end of the game. And then for the knockout stage, the admin also has to select which winner or runner-up from which group went to what game. But we'll see that later. Okay. So maybe I'll show how to invite users. So I think Hannes already has an account on this. Yes, here he is. Okay, why did I log him out? I don't know. So here's Hannes. We'll invite Hannes to Martijn's Spin Zone. Do you want that, Martijn?
For this one, demo time is okay.
So Hannes will get invited. Okay, Hannes didn't get a push notification. Something was wrong, but now he did. Yeah. So the valid push was used to immediately show in Hannes' browser that he got an invitation. This is the first time it wasn't working, but yeah. So Hannes accepts the league, and Hannes is now in Martijn's Spin Zone.
All right.
So Hannes, what Hannes' job is as a user is just filling out predictions. So for the group stage, he needs to fill out every game. So every game also has some info about it. But first, Hannes maybe wants to purchase some stocks. So depending on the power index, the price of the stock increases for a team, and you have 100 million in your bank account. So maybe you can buy all of the stock, like 82 stocks, I think is the maximum for Panama, and then you will get insane scores if Panama wins, but it's a risk. So. Then Hannes fills in the group stage, so every prediction, and then you wait, I guess, for the league admin, in this case being Martijn, to fill in the scores of the games. And if you do that, it's just auto-saving immediately. Same for predictions, actually. Yeah. After the group stage is finished, Martijn also has to fill in the knockout phase. This is the knockout phase. It's a bracket layout. Then, yeah, the scroll bar disappears, but you have to scroll down to immediately scroll to the right. And here we have the final. So in the 8th round, or the round of 16, Martijn has to select manually from which group the winner was. So for example, if he says Egypt, which is not possible, I think, then Spain, and then Egypt wins from Spain. I don't know if that will ever happen. And then automatically the winner will be progressed to the next match. So yeah, it makes it a bit easier for the admin, I guess. Here you always have to select the winner. So it's very important. If you choose equal amounts, you need to select your winner. Same for filling out scores. Because yeah, there are no equal games here in the knockout stage. Okay. Then we have the overview, which is the most interesting part, I guess. I think I have a leak somewhere where it's all nicely filled in. So I'll use that one. There you can basically see the scores of all your friends. So here we have a table with all users in it, and then depending on group phase, how many points they got, and then the total score. And then also per phase and per game, you will see the score you got for that game. Something important to notice is that predictions are hidden for other users until the game begins, or in this case in group stage it's hidden until the start of group phase, because maybe you want to see, okay, what did he predict for the game in 2 days, but he can't change it anymore, and you so can't you. So yeah.
Make sure you cannot change the prediction after the admin filled in the scores.
It's not possible because yeah, the admin will fill in scores as soon as the game is done, and then the prediction is already locked.
Okay. Yeah.
So the prediction locks, for example, for group stage, prediction locks at 14th of June. And then in the knockout phase, predictions lock as soon as the game starts. I think it's also, it says also here, yeah, hidden until the lock time is the same. And then also per game, you can click this button to see all scores for all users for that game. Of course, this is not realistic because everything is filled in and the game still has to start. But yeah, it's kind of the admin's task to fill in at the correct time.
You know, is everything then just hidden until it starts? Or do you have to make separate predictions once teams have gone through to the next round and then buy new stock?
No, your stock stays all throughout. So when group stage is done, you need to fill out all the predictions before group stage starts. That's clear, I guess. And then if group stage is done, the admin will progress to the next round. So the admin will choose these teams here. And as soon as those are chosen, you have to fill in your predictions for these games.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the points still remain the same. So if you have none of the teams, you can't gain points on stock. You can't have predictions or something. Can you still score points if you don't have any stock in either of the teams?
Yes. Yeah, of course. There's always a set amount of points you will get. Right here. So you, for example, for a game where 2 teams play in it that you don't have stock of, and you predicted the correct score and result, you will get 3 points. And then if you have stock and the winner, then it's the amount of stock. So for example, let's say we have, yeah, here's an example. Germany versus Sweden, it was 2-0, you predicted 2-0, you have 2 stocks, yeah, whatever, 2 stocks from Germany, then your score will be 3 times 1.2. Of course, like in this example, and this can still balance out because this weekend, me and my brother are gonna sit together to look at it if it's really balanced, maybe change some small stuff. But in this example, for example, if you buy 82 stocks from Panama, this really gets insane. Then you get a lot of points. Yeah, indeed.
You buy your stocks and you win. So you shouldn't buy stocks to win one game, I guess.
I don't think that's the smart idea, but yeah, it's up to you. You can choose. If you want to take a risk and you want to bet all on one team, yeah, then you can do that.
If you don't want to buy stocks from Panama because you think they will just the first game that it's worth it.
Yeah, maybe that's a valid strategy. you get like, I guess it was, I did it once, you get like 27 points if you predict Panama right, and you have all stocks in Panama.
Yeah, you get 30 points.
So I guess that's still at the price.
Yeah, you get 30 points for one game, but yeah.
No, but then finally goes.
Yeah,
Sure, Germany.
this can still change because previously we did it last year, but then in Excel. And last year, someone like from 4th place jumped ahead to 1st place because he got the final right. Yeah. So I don't know if that's balanced, and I guess we'll look at that, me and my brother, tomorrow.
How did you determine the stock price? Is it like a scraper script that checks for Google websites or something like that?
No, it's actually a study done based on all the players and all the teams, and where do they play in their when they don't play with the national team. How much play time do they get? How much are they worth on the market? Then they get assigned, the whole national team then gets assigned a power index, which you see there. And then based on...
But that's from the site, right?
Yeah, it's from Sposa. Yeah.
Okay.
Is Belgium really that good, or
Yes.
did it just take the study?
But statistically, Belgium is very good. It's quite good, yes. And then you have Switzerland, who's
Very good at football.
only 60.
Apparently not me.
So yeah, based on that power index, the stock price is.
Okay.
And then, but I guess we'll see that tomorrow. There could also be an argument that you don't want to buy stocks from Panama, but maybe for one game you want to do a guess on Panama. And is it logical then that you get rewarded for it because you chose Panama as a winner? I don't know yet. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is, but then you should have bought stocks from Panama, I guess. You could make the counter. Yeah, but maybe only 10 stocks from Panama or something like that. So yeah, it was.
Why does the whole stocks start in the first place? Why is it just point on each match? Why do you have the stocks?
Because it gives an extra dimension.
Gamble.
Yeah, it's a gamble. Just filling out predictions.
I'm not saying it's not fun. I'm just wondering how you got the idea.
We got to, like last year, and when we did it with Excel, we had to fill in weights. You had to assign weights to teams.
Okay.
So you had 100 points, and you had to distribute them among all the teams. But yeah, then it was you could assign 10 points to Spain, and it would be the same as assigning 10 points to Panama, which is not really fair because yeah, Spain is really good. So this is why the stock price. You could do it with just not money, I guess, but this makes it more fun.
It's like certain countries are missing, like Holland.
Yeah, I don't know where Holland is. I guess they weren't invited.
They need the real money first before they.
Also, the US is not there.
Yeah, where's the US?
US screwed up in the last match.
There's one team that doesn't. There's one team that doesn't belong here, I think, and it's yeah, Switzerland, of course. But we'll see how they do. As a pity for them, I bought one stock. Rest of it, I put in Belgium.
You're just laughing. What bit?
I also, like Dries had with films, I also have a roadmap. I use Trello. This is some small bugs, but for example, one thing that some users maybe wanted was a leak chat box to trash talk each other. So I think that could be fun, but it won't finish in time. Discord integration, maybe, yeah. Also, you don't have to be the only admin. Something very important because the admin has some extra work to do. So you can promote other users to being an admin as well, so that they can help filling out the results.
They know exactly the super admin, like all the games are the same. So every admin has to fill the same results in.
Yeah, I also was thinking about that.
Yeah, I also was thinking that.
You mean like every admin has to fill in the results of the game?
Yeah, so it could be one guy who fills it for every league.
Yeah,
If you were,
I know, yeah.
If you were
It would have
already,
been me, yeah. I didn't think about that, yeah.
Sure.
But also, yeah, you can't demote yourself. So there's also kind of a super admin. The league creator has a little bit more power than the other admins do. Yeah, there's also some tricky validation in this. For example, what if you have this page open during the game and you change your predictions during the game? So there's extra validation on that I didn't think of at the start, and then I started testing some stuff out, and yeah, so those are really issues that had to be assigned.
How difficult was the tree layout you did for the 8 finals and semi-finals? This looks very tricky.
It's done with the Valen grid layout. So every yeah, I guess box is a part in the grid layout. You know what a grid layout is in Valen? Yeah. So then it makes it kind of easy. And then, for example, this is also a box, but then with a border, with just a border. Yeah.
Versus cells a bit together because now there's a lot of space between.
Well, the space is warranted, yeah, because then you have to, this space is needed for this one to exist.
You can put the box that now has Spain and Iceland. You can put it in a merge of the Salvador and Salvador.
Il a superposé les cartes, puis ça a tué avec tree, alors que c'est pas nécessaire. Il a
I think Valen has that. Yeah, I didn't do it. I think Valen has like a merge two
It's
things
what
together.
they call it, like they have.
But then I guess you would have to, because if you merge cells, merge rows, I mean, or like in a row, then it would start at the top. You would have to add margin. So I don't know.
Is it the small finale?
Hmm?
Is it the little finale?
It's not an important.
But Belgium will win it.
Belgium will not win it now. So third place, yeah, third place game is not on here because only the first counts, in my opinion. And it's Brazil. Brazil lost with 7-1. Hmm?
I think I lost it.
Is the prediction thing automatically filled or
Wow!
user?
You didn't see that. I went backwards with my touchpad. But sorry.
You had to fill prediction when you were demoing. Why would you have to fill that?
Because the game didn't start yet. I now, as an admin, filled out everything already. But yeah, you shouldn't do that because the games didn't finish and start yet. But yeah, you can fill in these predictions until this date.
Server time or client time?
So yeah, I check again when it's filled in. When they try to cheat, they say no.
That's all right.
So any more questions? This was kind of it.
Yes, can you show how much you gained? How much you won here?
How much I want? Let me think about that together with my product owner.
What was the match?
Yeah, at the end of this simulation, because you spent $1 million, right?
Yes.
And how much you won at the end?
That depends on yeah, who you do the league with. If you do the league with a lot of rich people, then a lot of money will be on the table, I guess, if you win it.
I think he wants to know how much virtual money.
But in
You
this
don't
case,
get virtual money. The virtual money is just to spend.
He wants to know the score, maybe.
you have a score.
Yeah, you have a score at the end. Yeah.
And the score would be multiplied by some factor to get the money that you win.
Yes. So the basic factor is this table. So in group stage, you will get 3 points for correct score and correct winner, and 2 points for wrong score but correct result.
Right, yeah, that is to calculate the points. That's the formula for earned points. But then to convert this into money, because you spent 1 million.
But there's no money. There's just points.
Yeah, you know.
The money is only used. Yeah.
In the real like in the real world, I think you put not one video, but maybe you can put $100, and then at the end you will know how much you win.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. But I thought about maybe doing this inside the league, that you could like assign money and a prize pool somehow, that the league admin can assign a prize pool. But yeah, I guess you can, if you do it internally or with some friends, you can just discuss that with the friends, I guess.
Who will set up a league for Genome?
Yeah, because everybody has it.
No, so this currently I have a test instance running where yeah, some of you went to already, but I guess yeah, Ruben will give me a VM to run it on a Genome server. Yes.
The score is only by league. I didn't get, if we play in Genome, we would have one league, or instead every user.
So if you would play with Genome, you would have a Genome league.
Okay,
like
so yeah. And the score is calculated internally to the
yes. Your score is specifically for that league, yeah.
That league, yeah.
Also your predictions specifically for that league.
Yes. Okay.
So if you have 2 leagues, you can make different predictions?
Yes.
Okay.
But the league admin could cheat on the results, no? Would it be better to track them?
Yeah, he could cheat, but other people would see it. I guess, because if you, for example, let's say, so yeah, every user also sees every game. So
yeah, you will see.
then users would see, oh, you filled in a wrong score here, and league admin can always change the score. This is never locked, so I guess you have to be careful if you're already really far into the knockout phase, and you can't start changing scores from the group phase. It will not break, but yeah, you can never fix it again, I guess. Yeah.
So you can't cheat.
Yeah. There's also yeah, okay, whatever. You can cheat as an admin. Yeah. If no one checks it or double checks it, then you can cheat this. So who will be the league admin for the Genome league?
I think it needs the same scale to fetch them from internet.
No, you admin flow.
Hannes will be the league admin. Eh?
I want to be the league admin, but I think I will win, man.
You think you will cheat?
Maybe take someone who is interested in football.
Why Uruguay appears twice?
Sorry?
Yes, Stan can be the league admin.
I basically
I'll be like, oh, was there a match yesterday?
No, you don't want
He paid back his wages.
Also, yeah, maybe something important forgot to mention. You can, as an admin, but I advise not to do that during the league. You can change these scores. So the scores that you just saw here. So if it's not balanced to your taste, these values can be. Yeah. But if you change it here, so yeah, you also get a warning because it's something. So every score is also calculated on the fly, so changing values will work. But then I guess it won't show immediately. It doesn't show immediately, but then other users in the FAQ table will see the updated values.
Maybe more, slightly more technically, what does your database schema look like?
I'll show it. Yes. We have leagues, games inside leagues. Every game has 2 contestants. The league FK contestants also exist, who also belong to the league.
So all the scores are just calculated dynamically, so you can change the weights without breaking.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you also, yeah, it's called contestant weight, but here are users' weight. So I think this is the the value for buying 13 stocks of Belgium. No. Predictions.
Can I request a leak for bots? You can write a bot,
Sure.
make the bots compete.
Sure.
I don't know if you get enough bots for the really good website.
It's all about automated testing.
How difficult would it be to
Simulate results.
scrape the results from the matches from the internet?
I think Brecht already will use that as a tactic. He will use bookmaker results. Fill out
I
his
know,
predictions.
afterwards, not the predictions, but just for the admin to have less work.
3 months ago,
Yeah, I didn't do that. You mean like get results automatically by a recipe there somehow, then insert it? Didn't do that.
at least you don't have a cheating.
It would be like initially how the page is set up, so that all the group games are filled in and stuff like that, and with the correct location of where the game is going to take place, as just a CSV file that is used to set up the initial league.
Cool, but it's not that much work to enter the scores. Last time I watched all games, I missed one. Just
Yeah,
that
and
one
plus
Albany.
it's one day. It's
two
one
games a
one
day.
game every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not that much work. It seems a lot of work if you look at it.
How long does it take? 5 weeks? 6 weeks?
Final game, I don't remember.
Mostly for
It's in 15th of July.
1 month then exactly.
15 days. 15 days. What?
And also
So,
on holiday.
I go on a holiday.
How do you know which team will go?
You have to take it.
The judges just come.
You know,
It's the whole World Cup. So group stage, and then they progress from outside the group to the knockout stage. And then here you have quarterfinals, semifinals, and then finals. Yeah.
Spreek me aan.
Can you fill in all the predictions?
Ja,
in
nog een
advance? Because I'm on holiday.
Well, if you don't know the game, then you can't fill in a prediction.
I can fill in a prediction, but
No, it's actually disabled, I guess.
Yeah.
If no contestants are assigned to a game, it's disabled. Yeah. You can't select anything.
Now, last week to talk about the conversion of score. Final score is one.
Yeah. But it's just what we use. What we use among friends is everyone pays like €10 to participate, or 5, whatever. Honest. And then first place gets 50% of that money. Second place 30, third place 20.
So 7
Or we can do it without money. We can also do it without money.
I'm just gonna make a
Don't try it, don't let it what you want to do. Sorry.
But it's here, actually, last year, or last World Cup, I mean, or last European Cup, some girlfriends from certain friends won
Yes,
the
but
league, and they don't know anything about
it
football.
still doesn't change the fact that you expected value from me as stupid.
It's not interesting. You have to believe in yourself.
They also
So you can make money of me.
I'm not going to make money of you. I'm very bad at predicting because I'm biased.
because you are
Too much YOLO.
choose one that
Too much YOLO, yeah.
and also most likely the ones you know, but soccer will
That's the
choose
place.
the more likely one. It's not always the case.
It's not always the case. Yes.
Is it GDPR compliant?
No, not GDPR compliant. No.
So you will share our data with everyone.
I have your email address, and I can send you mail. By the way, your league admin also can send you mails. You can send a mail to every user. Hey, fill in your prediction.
And are there prediction models for scores? Football scores?
I know.
Yes, gambling
Like-
websites.
Yeah, gambling websites have that too. Also, yeah, it's very useful. Everyone can see from every user if they have filled in a prediction. So if one user hasn't filled in a prediction yet, you can see it here.
And you can come
And you
to shame.
But if the user forgets to fill in a prediction for a certain match, then
Then everyone will say to him, fill in fill in that prediction. That game.
Yeah,
That's
so if he doesn't do it when that match starts, then
Then he has to give someone else his login.
No, if
no,
if the
it
match
starts
starts,
in
you
those
know
hands.
Yeah, you don't get any points. You don't get any points for that match. Yeah.
So not
Okay,
the
join
you
us.
Just that person or the game?
Just a person. Yeah.
know.
So yeah, it also says so in the FAQ. Too late is too late. If you're too late, then
So how does the stock thing work? It's like 0.1% per stock, or 0.1 multiplied.
1/10.
Can you delay buying stock?
Why?
Can you like wait until the finals to buy all the stock for
No.
one of the two tenants?
It's locked. Here it says change can be made until 15th of June. I actually have to double check if this also checks if you keep the page open.
And you really, do you want to run it in production for other people? Or is it, yeah.
It's initially it was a plan to use with the group of friends we used to do it with, but then in an Excel sheet.
And then income from advertising or something? Advertisements?
No, I
You know, if you make money on it, I'll have a hard time justifying to the government to do that, right?
As soon as I will make money off it, I will pull it off. You know.
No premium features.
No premium features.
Can you pay for additional stuff?
How many days do you how many evenings did you play about this?
A lot.
Yes.
29.
A lot of weekends.
Did you book any Kayagen time on this project?
Maybe accidentally a few hours. But
I think that's money last time.
yeah.
Improve your knowledge.
Yeah.
On the valid
So you send it to Kaiden as well.
No, they can't know about this. They got.
Or you send it to Agilent so that everyone can use it.
Agilent can have it, yeah.
The VM is going to crash.
Like 14,000 people in the league.
Yeah, currently on the test instance, it's not very stable. I only have 5 megabytes max storage in my database.
5 gigabytes.
5 megabytes. And also only 500 megabytes on.
Can we put it in a different language?
Well, I have support for Dutch, but not everything is translated because I was too late. I started up with just typing English in all the labels and text fields and whatever. Then I decided to use resources, but didn't translate everything yet.
That was double work that wasn't used.
Yes.
I guess for your information.
Yeah, it will be in English only, I guess. Yeah.
Are you planning on adding an API?
No.
Okay. Will you add other tournaments?
What templates you mean?
What?
Templates. So when you create a league, you can select a template.
Yes.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, maybe not only for football, but also for baseball.
That was the initial idea, that you would have some templates and then you could also choose custom. And I completely customized everything. But then I saw I only have 1 month until the World Cup starts, so I just said, fuck it, I'll focus on the World Cup. So there's a lot of World Cup specific code in there that shouldn't be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you make another template, which is good.
Yeah, it will just
But you can use it for the next championships.
yeah, I can use it for the next World Cup.
Until the 3 teams and 4
No, I don't think it's going to be an issue with only 3 teams. There's no like hard-coded 4 teams per group.
Yeah, it's a completely other brackets.
No.
Yes.
You mean no?
You mean
What is customer renderer?
Like if there's 3 lines or 4 lines in here, it doesn't really matter.
yeah, but
No, dispatches from a certain group, all contestants from a certain group. So if only 3
It's not with knockout brackets. It's 2 times.
Yeah, I'll see that. Problem for in 1 year, 4 years, 2 years.
yeah, because that's Europe Cup. They have like the third places get this stupid think like the first 4 or something, third places. Then you have to do all the groups together with the.
Yeah. Aren't you sad, Laura, that you can't buy stocks from the Netherlands?
No.
No?
I won the Euro Cup thing 2 years ago with the football team by getting Hungary very far as the only one who predicted that. So, but we had to predict everything in advance, so until the finals already. So I got a lot of points with
Well,
Hungary.
until the finals, yeah, you have to say who played where then. Yeah, so there's also this sports website, Sporza, who now has yesterday announced that they have a pronostic, but it's really bad. They probably paid a lot of money for it as well.
You need sunglasses.
Yeah. Jesus. So,
Enter your name and then the next up. Yeah, right.
so you just have competition, and then all the games,
And they changed the colors.
and then per game you have this stupid screen.
Yesterday it was black, the background.
Plus, to invite people, you just use a unique link. So if by chance, I think you would guess another league's link, you can join. Because I think if you use this link, and for example, in the Cognito view, you can just say, I want to participate. Like this. So I think it's not even secure somehow.
It depends on how the last part is made up.
No, see, that's
How many characters?
Okay, that was it.
All right.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to it.
If there are more questions regarding certain rules or whatever, you can always contact me.
So we should shout across the room too.
Yeah.
And data protection and things like this.
It's a hobby project.
So, Stan will be the official Gino out there, filling in all the scores.
Sure, yeah.
Do you have a Gino culture?
Sure. You can have any leagues.
Wow.
Is it
Probably not.
official token for the Gino minute?
That's not up to me. I made the application. How you want to play it, I don't know.
You have to buy that on the ball.com.
I can buy the ball.com, yes.
The little company
We're like, yeah, so.
Yeah, actually, the only one that tested this was me, my brother, and a friend. And yeah, so really not a lot of testing, and I hope everything works. Because yesterday I found a bug on the test instance. Maybe I can show it. It was something very. Don't look at my WhatsApp. So don't look now.
I'm not looking. Where's Helena?
So this bug was there yesterday on the test instance.
Yeah, but that can be possible.
Yes. So I managed to fix that one. It was like looking for open places in the next game, and somehow it thought, yeah, I can be in here too.
Yeah.
And now I use something like both groups. So these are like linked to groups. So both groups, every contestant from that group can be in there. So if already a contestant from those two groups exists, it will replace it. Otherwise, it will.
Where's Helena?
Dus de toekomstige vrouw van mijn broer.
Verloofde noem je dat niet.
Zo daar. Okay.
So that's all one.
Ja,
I will end the meeting here for the Swiss people. If you have any more questions or stuff like that, you can always ping me on HipChat or yeah.
So,
I will.